Hello, welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspirational Wisdom. I started this channel out because I wanted to inspire people to be all they could be, but I really wanted it to be helpful to more people, or I was always looking for how I could help more people. And what I've realized, I have six kids that I've been raising by myself for about 6 years, 8 years, okay, since their mother left. She's been gone, never came back. And what I realized is there is a lack of masculine leadership or mentorship, or I don't know how you want to say it. There's just a lack of masculinity in our nation, in our Western civilization spreads out to the world. But it's really prominent here in the United States. I see it among my five boys. I have five boys ages 11 to 20 years old. And I see it among their friends. Most of them are being raised by a woman. Now, everyone should have a mother. My kids don't have a mother, and they lack certain things because of that. But I'm actually glad they're being raised by a man, because I can pass on to them the masculine traits that were passed on to me by my father. But we have this socialization, I would call it. I'm not sure what the word is called. It's like a society influence among men to show their feelings, to be more emotional, that this is what women want from them. Now, this is what women say they want, but there's a lot of difference between what a woman says she wants and what she actually wants, or what she responds to. Even myself, I have fallen into that, trying to please the woman, or trying to, I would say, get her approval, although it's a little embarrassing for me to say that. From the time I was probably 15 till 29, I was what you would call, I think the term they use is a red pill alpha male. I had women, I had steady girlfriends, I had girls on the side. I mean, I had the popular, best looking girls in the area, and they loved me. Now, the only thing I'll say about that, as far as one of the things that I was doing that I don't believe is, how do I say, good, although it worked, I was very dishonest. You can have several girlfriends and be honest about it. You can even be in a committed relationship and have other girls if you both agree to it. The reason I bring that up is when I turned about 30, I kind of hit a bottom, and I thought, well, it's because of the way I treated people. I was selfish with women. I didn't think about them, and I kind of converted to the nice guy, be a good man, be a good husband. I've been married 4 times, 3 times since I changed my way of thinking around 30 years old. There were many things I changed about that besides my relationships with women. But what I did was I threw the baby out with the bathwater, as they say. Everything I was doing with those women when I was younger, from the ages of 15 to 29, was not bad. It actually worked well. The women responded to it. I had women chasing me. I had several girls going at the same time. I mean, they would wait for me for hours. They loved me. They didn't mess around on me. They didn't have anybody else but me. Now, you would think, because I was basically the classical bad boy, or red pill man as they call it nowadays, or I guess women would actually say I was an asshole, but yet they responded to that. They were attracted to that. Well, so then when I kind of hit a bottom, I thought that none of that was any good. Now, the lying part, I think I needed to change, okay? But the way I react, or the way women reacted to me, and the way I treated women was good. I didn't put them first. I thought of myself first. I was what they would call probably selfish. Now, the other side of that coin, when I turned 30, I dated a few girls. I ended up getting married at 31 and 32. Long story short, I've been married 3 times since then. I have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, 2 homes. I'm writing a book, so you can read the story. It's quite exciting. I had to leave the country here because they were going to arrest me. And then I lived in another country for 6 years, and I had to leave that country because I was going to be arrested. All because I became this, let's say, blue pill, or I don't know if that's the term they use or not, this codependent guy who thought that if he'd give women what they said they wanted, that I would have the successful relationship, the idealistic Romeo and Juliet, or the movie Pretty Woman. That was one that I always liked because it seems like in the end that they find their true love and they live happily ever after. But they don't show you what happens after he picks her up at the end of the movie. The point I'm making is this. Most of these young men growing up today don't have a clue of what works with women. They're buying into this socialist or the society view of treat a woman good, give her what she wants, that they're equals. Well, men and women are never going to be equals. I'm never going to be able to have a baby, and she's never going to be able to do the work and performance that I do and be logical like I am. It's just the way it is. We have what we call sameness, but we're not the same either. Society, if it wasn't, actually frowns on masculinity. I see so many young men, I think the term they use is metrosexuals. I didn't know what that meant. What it is they're not gay, but they're so feminine they seem like they are gay. No woman wants a feminine man unless she's looking for someone just to provide her, but she'll go out and fuck the alpha male while the feminine man stays home and is responsible, takes care of the house, and he's there for her when she needs him. Men need to learn how to be more masculine. When I was a kid, the men hung out together. Most of the time we're on the corner, 8, 10, 15 of us drinking beer and talking about life. Boys don't do that anymore. I mean, it's amazing how these boys are, this simp thing and these beta males, they call them, on social media, these women get so much validation from these guys offering to buy their, I don't know what, their sweat or their pee in a cup or things like that. My son's telling me about this. It's like, what the hell is that? That is about the most unmasculine thing that I can even think of. But these guys opt out for that. They're opting out of marriage also. And I understand that because in the United States, as a man who knows from experience, when you marry, you lose your freedom and she gains hers. Because when it comes to court, I've been through custody battles, I've had my kids taken away 5, 6, 7 times. I lost count. You have no power in the courts, and she has all the power. The tables change when you marry, I'll guarantee you. I believed in marriage, of course. I was married 4 times, but I advised my sons not to marry. If they want to have some ceremony between themselves and the girl they want to marry, so to speak, that's fine. But as far as legal marriage, the man has 100% responsibility and no power, no say in anything that happens. It's the same as with women and a child. If I were to get a woman pregnant, I've got 8 kids, and I believe in having kids. If I were to get a woman pregnant, she can abort that baby. Let's just forget about any of the religious or right and wrong of abortion. I'm not condoning it. I'm not condemning it. But the point is, she can go out and do drugs and smoke and do whatever while that baby's in her womb and actually cause problems and maybe birth defects or retardation. I don't know if that's the proper word now, but that's the one we used when we were young. And I am responsible to pay for that baby's medical care till it becomes a man, 21, 22 years old, or a woman, whichever it happens to be. But yet she can get rid of that baby. I have no say. Once she gets pregnant, I have all the responsibility, but no say if she decides in any way that child is to be raised or that child is to be cared for in the womb or out of the womb. So why would I advise anybody to get married nowadays? It's really a losing game. But back to the masculinity, it's a real fading, a fading or a diminishing trait among men in the United States because of the feminine agenda, which is to make men into providers, I suppose. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, it's just kind of the way society is working. Like it's wrong to be macho, or it's wrong to be masculine, or to express your sexual desires for a woman here in the U.S. I don't date in the United States anymore because you really have to be careful what you say, to who and where you say it. I would not even date anyone in the workplace situation or even let my desires for a woman be known because you're always in danger of being fired, sexual harassment, and different things like this. So, in this channel, what I would like to do is to start helping some of the younger men or even the older men who have fallen into this social stigma of there's something wrong with being masculine, that you need to be this woman, this idea of what women are telling you should be, that you should share your feelings, you should be open and honest, that you're going to have an equal relationship, that that you're there for her. All these things are not masculine, but they're the agenda of the woman, so she has control over the relationship. Anyway, I'm glad you joined me today, and stay tuned for future episodes where I will dwell more into this diminishing masculinity in the United States, and actually it's spreading throughout the world. It's okay to be a man. Be a man. Hit the like and subscribe button. As you know, you guys all know that. Just do it. Thank you. Have a great day.